This is the scenario that national security experts and space agencies have been dreading for the last 3 years. We have moved past the era of jamming signals and hacking terminals. We are now looking at the potential physical destruction of the orbital infrastructure that runs the modern world. According to explosive new intelligence findings leaked to the Associated Press today, Monday, December the 22nd, the Russian Federation is actively developing a weapon designed to wipe Elon Musk's Starlink constellation out of the sky. And here is the critical detail that changes everything. It is not a nuclear bomb. It is not a laser. It is something much cruder, much messier, and potentially uncontrollable. 2 separate intelligence agencies from NATO nations have confirmed that Moscow is working on what they call a zone effect anti-satellite system. For decades, the concept of space warfare was precise. You launch a missile, it intercepts a single satellite, and the threat is neutralized. Russia proved they could do this back in 2021 when they destroyed one of their own defunct Soviet-era satellites with a Nudol missile. But Starlink changed the math. You cannot take out a constellation of 7,000 satellites with 7,000 missiles. It is logistically impossible. So Russia has apparently come up with a solution that is as simple as it is terrifying. They aren't trying to snipe the satellites anymore. They are building a shotgun. Let's dig into the technical details of what this zone effect weapon actually is, because the physics of it are what make it such a nightmare for NATO planners. The intelligence report describes a system that does not rely on a direct hit. Instead, it is designed to release a massive cloud of high-density pellets, essentially heavy space shrapnel, into a specific orbital shell. Think of it like a minefield moving at 17,000 miles per hour. In low Earth orbit, even a piece of debris the size of a marble has the kinetic energy of a grenade. If you release hundreds of thousands of these pellets into the path of a Starlink train, you do not need to be accurate. You just need to be in the way. As Canadian Brigadier General Christopher Horner, the commander of Canada's Space Division, put it in the report, you blow up a box full of BBs. Once those pellets are released, they don't stop. They continue orbiting, creating a kill zone that shreds anything flying through it. Horner warned that this kind of attack could get out of control in a hurry. That is an understatement. This brings us to the concept of the Kessler Syndrome. If this weapon is used, the pellets hit a Starlink satellite. The satellite shatters into thousands of new pieces of debris. Those pieces then slam into other satellites in the same orbit, maybe Chinese weather satellites, maybe European telecom platforms, maybe even Russia's own assets. It creates a cascading chain reaction of destruction that could essentially turn low Earth orbit into a graveyard, making space travel impossible for decades. And yet the intelligence indicates that Moscow is pushing ahead with this development. Why? Because they view Starlink as an existential threat. To understand why Putin would risk destroying the entire orbital environment, we have to look at the ground war in Ukraine. Since the full-scale invasion began, Starlink has been the digital backbone of the Ukrainian defense. It is the reason Ukrainian commanders can watch live drone feeds from the trenches in Donbass. It is the reason artillery units can coordinate fire in real time. It is the reason civilians in blackout zones can still tell the world what is happening to them. Russia has tried everything to stop it. They have deployed their most advanced electronic warfare systems like the Tobol and the Tirada to jam the signal. They have tried cyber attacks to hack the terminals. They have even tried to buy black market Starlink dishes to use for themselves. But the network is too resilient. It adapts faster than they can attack it. According to the leaked findings, the Kremlin has concluded that Starlink is a grave threat to their military operations. They do not see it as a civilian internet provider. They see it as a jagged piece of American military infrastructure that is bleeding their army dry. The French military Space Command, which is usually very reserved, issued a statement in response to these findings. They confirmed that Russia has been multiplying irresponsible, dangerous, and even hostile actions in space in recent years. This is not just paranoia, it is a recognition that the rules of engagement have shifted. So, Is Russia actually going to pull the trigger? The intelligence report does not say that a launch is imminent. It does not confirm if the system has been fully tested yet. But as Clayton Swope, a senior analyst at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, points out, the weapon does not necessarily need to be used to be effective. It is a weapon of fear. Just by possessing the capability to turn low Earth orbit into a debris field, Russia gains massive leverage. It is a way of looking at the United States and NATO and saying that if you push us too far, we can turn off the lights in space for everyone. It forces the West to calculate the cost. Is supporting Ukraine worth losing access to GPS? Is it worth risking the International Space Station? Is it worth trashing the orbital economy for the next 50 years? This puts Elon Musk and SpaceX in an incredibly precarious position. We are talking about a private American company that is now the primary target of a nuclear superpower's most advanced space weaponry. We have seen Russian officials warn repeatedly that commercial satellites used for military purposes are legitimate targets. Today's leak confirms they weren't bluffing. They were building the means to make good on that threat. We are witnessing a dangerous evolution in warfare. The battlefield is no longer just the muddy fields of Eastern Europe. It is the vacuum of space 300 miles above our heads. If this zone effect weapon is tested, or worse, used, it will be an irreversible act. You cannot clean up a cloud of shrapnel. You cannot undo a Kessler cascade. We will continue to monitor the reaction from Washington, Brussels, and SpaceX headquarters. This is a developing story, and the stakes could not be higher. Thanks for watching.